Today our lesson is about aha moments. An aha moment is a technique authors use to show a character realizes something. And you then have to ask yourself, how might this realization change things? So when a character realizes, understands, or finally figures out something, stop and ask yourself, how might this change things? Many times the aha moment will help you understand the character. If the character figured out a problem, you probably just learned about the conflict. If the character understood the life lesson, you probably just learned the theme. And so today, our example for an aha moment can be found in the text 11 by Sandra Cisneros. And this moment happened on page 1 and 2. I'll start out by reading, and while I'm reading, I'm going to be looking for a realization by the character, when the character understands or finally figures out something. Not mine, not mine, not mine. But Mrs. Price is already turning to page 32 and math problem number 4. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm feeling sick inside, like the part of me that's 3 wants to come out of my eyes. Only I squeeze them shut tight and bite down on my teeth real hard and try to remember today I am 11. 11. Mama is making a cake for me for tonight, and when Papa comes home, everybody will sing happy birthday to you. So as I read that, something that stands out to me is when all of a sudden I'm feeling sick inside. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm feeling sick inside. That stands out to me as a realization, an understanding. And so I have to ask myself, how might this change things? So we know her realization is all of a sudden I'm feeling sick inside. But now, how might this change things? So, first, this aha moment on page 1, Rachel is suddenly feeling sick. Basically, Rachel just realized that Mrs. Price is not going to believe her when she states that she is not the owner of the red sweater. Rachel could repeat that the sweater is not hers 1,000 times, and Mrs. Price would not believe her. So that's the first part. She's finally understanding or realizing that Mrs. Price will not believe her when she says the red sweater does not belong to me. So the next question is, how might this change things? This realization changes things because Rachel will never have a fabulous 11th birthday if she has to take ownership of the red sweater. So what I just did was, 1, I identified an aha moment. All of a sudden, I'm feeling sick inside, which basically means Rachel just realized that Mrs. Price is not going to believe her when she states that she is not the owner of the red sweater. The second part to this is the important question of how might this change things? This realization changes things because Rachel will never have a fabulous 11th birthday if she has to take ownership of the red sweater. So we're going to try this again. An aha moment, when a character realizes, understands, or finally figures out something, stop and ask yourself, how might this change things? This example comes from the short story, The All-American Slurp. Page 2. I pulled the strings out of my stock. Zip, zip. My brother followed suit. Zip, zip. To my left, my parents were taking care of their own stocks. Zip, zip, zip. Suddenly I realized that there was dead silence except for our zipping. Looking up, I saw that the eyes of everyone in the room were on our family. Mr. and Mrs. Gleason, their daughter Meg, who was my friend, and their neighbors, the Bedells. They were all staring at us as we busily pulled the strings off of our celery. So as I read that, I have to ask myself, Kidlin, what is her aha moment? What is she realizing? And where it says, suddenly I realized, that phrase gives it away. Suddenly I realized that there was dead silence except for our zipping. Looking up, I saw that the eyes of everyone in the room were on our family. So that step 1 is just to figure out what is the aha moment. I realized that there was dead silence except for our zipping. Looking up, I saw that the eyes of everyone in the room were on our family. So then the next step is to work through and ask yourself, how might this aha moment change things? Well, first of all, it's an aha moment. On page 2, Kid Lynn suddenly is aware that everyone at the Gleason party is staring at her family zip their celery. Kid Lynn tried raw celery, even though Chinese individuals always eat cooked celery. She tried raw celery in order to fit in with the Americans. The important question, how might this change things? She tried to fit in with an American custom, yet she still was different because she zipped her celery. This makes me realize that this will change things because it's going to be a lot harder for Kid Lynn to fit in than she originally thought. This aha moment changes things because Kid Lynn is aware that fitting in with Americans will be harder than she anticipated. So that's the second example of an aha moment from the short story, The All-American Slurp. So now it's your turn to practice. And using the Google Doc titled 1017 Aha Moment, you will complete the following steps. In the Google Doc, you'll find that on the classroom page. 1, click on the link and set a timer. Click on the link right here and set a timer and read independently for 20 minutes. So you'll have to set it to count down from 20 minutes and read independently. Then, while reading, identify an aha moment in your text. Step 3 is write the page number and the direct quote within the document titled 1017 Aha Moment. Step 4, explain why the example is an aha moment. Step 5, answer the question, how might this change things? Once again, set the timer. Use this link and set a timer for 20 minutes and independently read for 20 minutes. Then, while reading, work to identify an aha moment in your text. A moment when the character realizes, understands, or finally figures out something. Stop and ask yourself, how might this change things? Then write the page number and direct quote. Explain why the example is an aha moment. And answer the question, how might this change things? When that is complete, you can turn it in. I'm looking forward to reading all of the aha moments found within your text.